Good evening, Liverpool. How are we doing? I trust that you're well. I'm doing all right. A little bit fragile today. I was at a wedding yesterday, an Irish wedding, which, if you're not familiar, is more of an endurance test than a celebration. You know, but I knew I had this gig tonight, so I didn't go crazy. I didn't go mad. Right, about 7 or 8 pints. You know, 3 or 4 gin and tonics. Bottle of red. And then I went to the wedding, and I'm trying to ease off the red wine. I was in a taxi the other day, right? And I was in the front seat of the taxi. I had the bottle of red wine on my lap, okay? Taxi driver turns to me halfway throughout the journey, right? And goes like this. Bottle of red? I was like, yeah. He goes, I like the occasional bottle of red wine myself. If you know what I mean. I was like, I knew exactly what you meant. Up until the line, if you know what I mean. Now I'm thinking I should have got the bus. Freaking me out. But it's nice to be here, guys. Nice to meet you. My name's Richie. My full name is Richard Bree, or as it was often translated in the school playground, to Dick Cheese. Teachers in Belfast can be cruel. Like, one thing I never understood was how Dick became a short name for Richard. You know, like other names I can understand. You shorten Samantha down to Sam, Elizabeth down to Liz, Richard, Dick. Like, who made that leap? You know? I tried to find out. I Googled the history of Dick. Wouldn't recommend it. Especially on the work computer, but I tried to find out. I asked around my friends, you know, I asked my housemate Philip, bit of a know-it-all, right? I was like, how do you think this short name came around, Dick from Richard? And he goes, well, obviously, back in the day, it went Richard Ricky, Tricky Dick. You know, obviously. Like, I couldn't do that back to him nowadays. Be like, here, Philip, been chatting with the lads. Gonna start calling you by your short name. And he'd be like, what? Phil? I go, no. Because it goes Philip, Philly, Willie, Cock. Obviously. It's good to be here. I'm from Northern Ireland. I feel I have to point that out early in a show, because often I'll have someone staring up at me, you know, trying to pinpoint my eyes with their fucking eye twitching, like they're trying to fucking Shazam me. Yeah. But I'm from Northern Ireland. All my family are there. I live in Dublin. My family are in Northern Ireland. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. And any babies in? Any babies? Anyone the youngest in their family? Thanks for clarifying. Any what? I thought this was a bar. Fucking crashing here. Brilliant. But yeah, I'm the youngest of 5 kids. And, you know, they can often be overshadowed, the youngest in the family. It was the case in my house because my older brother, Andrew, was a 2-time Olympic swimmer for Ireland, right? 4-time Commonwealth Games for Northern Ireland. You know, he won a European silver medal, scholarship to college in America, like me. Like, I had difficulty climbing out of the bath. So you can imagine growing up, we weren't exactly neck and neck on the leaderboard. And you know, it's tough to impress your parents at a young age, especially when your older brother's already an Olympian. Like, I couldn't come home from school, 12 years old, and be like, Mom, Dad, I got top marks in my science test today. And they're just standing there like, who the fuck is this kid? Your older brother disqualified to swim at the Sydney Olympics. Now dry him off. My mom will still be winding me up today, you know, she'll come in and be like, oh, Richard, what did you do today? And I'll be like, I was just in town, you know, buying a few records. She'll be like, oh, okay. Do you remember that time your brother broke all those Irish records? But you should actually see like our family house. It's like a swimming museum, right? Just photos of the Olympian brother in every room. Even my room, no need for water. Just one photo of me in the family house. Okay. One photo. 60 quid it cost me to get framed. No, but it's good. But I live in Dublin now, and I'm renting in Dublin, which can be tough. There's a bit of a rental crisis going on there, and you'll see in the news over there, you know, like all these horror stories about like dodgy landlords and overcrowded apartments. I've been quite lucky because there's only 3 of us in my bed. Oh, it could be worse. They're a lovely couple. They're good lads. But rent's a big topic at the minute. You know, climate's another big sort of buzz topic in the news. You know, there was all these climate marches before Christmas, right? We had a big one in Dublin, and I couldn't make it, unfortunately. I was in work, and I was quite sad about not making the march, because one of my main passions outside of comedy is marching. You know, I'll march for anything. You know, I march for gay marriage, you know. But don't get me wrong, I march against it. Sorry. But it's quite the sport in Northern Ireland, the old marching, right? They have a big day once every summer called the 12th of July. If you're not familiar, I was trying to explain the 12th of July in Belfast to a couple of American friends of mine, right? I said, it's a bit like the 4th of July in America. Only in Belfast, they aim the fireworks at you. No, but the North has come on a good bit in the last few years, you know. It had a bit of a bad rep, but, you know, it's got a lot better. We actually did, you know, legalize gay marriage there recently, and I was actually reading in the news that it's now the 2nd most progressive country in Ireland. So it's good. But I do like Dublin, but I live in a little bit of a rough part of the city, right? Sort of recommended where I live that I chain my bin to the wall so that nobody steals my bin. And then it's also recommended I do the same with the outside ones. But I live in a bit of a rough area, right? And my house got broken into when I was a kid. So ever since then, I've been paranoid. You know, so when I leave the house now unattended, I'll put everything on. You know, I'll put the lights on, put the alarm on, put the oven on. Just put it all on, right? My housemate, the know-it-all cock, he says to me, what I like to do when I'm leaving the house unattended is put on a podcast up in my bedroom. So if someone breaks in downstairs, it sounds like there's a conversation going on upstairs. And they'll leave. I was like, is that really going to work? Just picture 2 guys break into my house downstairs. They creep up the stairs. Get up to my bedroom door for a listen, go. We need to get out of here. Why? Joe Rogan's in there. Yeah, it sounds like he's talking to Mike Tyson. We should probably fucking leave. Should have picked next door. But I was thinking if someone ever did break into my house, like I never learned any self-defense skills growing up, you know, like no kung fu or karate or anything like that, right? So I was thinking of maybe trying to develop some skills. So on the phone to my dad, and I was like, yeah, Dad, you know, I might try and learn some, jiu-jitsu or, MMA. He goes, what's MMA? I said, it's mixed martial arts. And he said, who's Mick? I was like, you wouldn't know him. Just picturing some lad, Mick, down in Tipperary, running a gym out of a garden shed. Welcome to Mixed Martial Arts. How are you getting on? Getting sheep in headlocks and fucking. But it's good. But people do say, like, when I'm from the north, but I live down south. People will say some strange things to you. You know, like one girl was like, "Is it okay up there now? Is everything all right up in Belfast? Is it okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, and why are you whispering?" You're right, Belfast is going to jump out from behind the hedge and go, "Hope you're not talking about me down there." Fucking watching you, man. But it is all good up in there these days. We have had our troubles and conflicts over the years, but a lot of good has come from Belfast, It's a lot that we can be proud of. For example, Titanic. Titanic was made in Belfast, and we've got the museums and hotels and bars. Can't get enough of it. I just don't have it in my heart to tell the people of Belfast, lads, it didn't make it. In fact, the thing we're most proud of was a fucking disaster. It was doomed from the start. The Titanic, they only had enough lifeboats on board for half the amount of passengers. Only enough lifeboats. It's not very reassuring, is it? Imagine getting on your Ryanair flight. You get on board, you sit down, you get comfortable. Well, you sit down, you get uncomfortable. And all you hear over the intercom is, "Welcome aboard your flight to Liverpool. In the event of landing on water, your life jackets are stored above your head. However, if you're in rows 15 to 30, I hope you can fucking swim." But they've got the Titanic Museum there, very popular tourist attraction, and the tagline for visitors is, "Come for the ultimate Titanic experience." It's like, no! Sounds fucking dreadful. Just imagine the tour guide bringing around a group of school children and being like, "Now, children, we've reached the final stop of the tour. It's a simulation. Once we go into the next room, it's going to go pitch black. You're going to be separated from your families. And the room's going to slowly fill with ice cold water. Now, who's first?" But guys, I think that's my time. You've been wonderful to talk to. Enjoy the rest of your night. I've been Richie, Bree. Thank you.